Thrilling, shocking, and downright scary, these animal encounters showcase the unpredictability of nature in its rawest form. We're about to witness the raw power and protective instincts of one of nature's most majestic creatures, the mighty tiger. As the zookeepers approach with Diego's lunch, there's something in the air, a sense of anticipation. It seems like Diego might have picked up on something we haven't. Is there a hint of danger, or is he just feeling a bit territorial today?
Go get that chicken. Enzo, Diego, are you guys ready? Well, the other day you ate it all, so let's see.
Pacing back and forth in his enclosure, those roars are so loud. It's as if he's sending a powerful message to anyone or anything that might be entertaining the idea of stealing his meal. The intensity is palpable, and the air is charged with the sheer force of Raja's presence. Two hippos are engaged in a fierce battle on the muddy banks of a river, with the smaller one desperately attempting to flee from the larger aggressor. Despite its efforts to dodge and escape, the smaller hippo finds itself relentlessly pursued by the dominant rival. The onlookers are witnessing a rare and intense display of hippo behavior, an experience they should consider themselves fortunate to witness. However, their luck takes a grim turn as the situation escalates. As the smaller hippo makes a desperate dash toward the boat in an attempt to escape, the people on board quickly realize it's time to create some distance. With a sense of urgency, they maneuver away from the unfolding drama. The two hippos plunge into deeper water, and in the chaos, the smaller one vanishes beneath the surface, disappearing from sight. The beginning of this encounter shows a hunter carefully waiting for the right moment to strike when all of a sudden he becomes the hunted instead. Any average person would immediately panic in this situation, but for this hunter, it's just another opportunity to shoot. The intense face-to-face finally ends after the bear runs away after being shot. Picture yourself attempting to get home on a snowy day when suddenly you spot something hurtling toward you. In brief bursts, bears can reach speeds of up to 30 miles per hour, showcasing impressive agility and strength when provoked. No doubt this driver will exercise greater caution passing through that region now. A small group of hunters can be seen trying their best to remain calm after their search is suddenly stopped by a noise coming from the trees. After a few minutes of intense waiting, their most feared nightmare comes true after something extremely horrifying comes out from the trees. Fortunately for them, the predator decides to change direction at the last minute, leaving them unharmed. What would you do if you were out walking your dog at night and you saw a terrifying and hungry predator following you? The girl can be seen running as fast as she can while still managing to keep her dog by her side after she realizes they are being followed. One thing's for sure, she isn't going to be walking her dog anytime soon. A photographer out in the forest, just trying to take pictures of the scenery, is unexpectedly put in a dangerous position after something terrifying decides to visit him. The predator can be seen cautiously approaching him while he tries his best to remain calm in order not to scare or agitate the bear. He then decides to spray the predator with pepper spray lightly, making it run away immediately. A man can be seen recording himself approaching a bear. Things quickly get out of hand, though, as soon as this happens. Approaching a bear can provoke defensive behavior, leading to aggression or attack, as bears may perceive humans as threats to themselves or their territory. Even after getting charged, the man still doesn't stop bothering the bear, possibly even after the video ends. Here we have an extraordinary story featuring the renowned conservationist Ivan Carter as he faces a heart-pounding encounter with a rhino.
It's coming straight here. Just stay dead still.
As Ivan explores the wilderness, the air is charged with excitement and respect for these powerful animals. Little does he know that a rhino, feeling threatened or territorial, is about to make its presence known in the most dramatic way. Suddenly the ground shakes as a massive rhino charges toward Ivan. It's a moment of adrenaline, as Ivan must rely on his knowledge and instincts to navigate this intense encounter. The raw power and speed of the rhino create a pulse-pounding scene that keeps us on the edge of our seats. We've got here a hilarious tale of a bull and its unexpected antics, but fret not, it's all in good fun. As the bull kicks off its impromptu sprint, the scene takes an unexpected turn. Imagine a bull joyfully running, perhaps showing off its athletic prowess. But sometimes, even the most agile creatures can have a bit of a slip-up. Watch as the bull takes a tumble, and for a split second it seems like a moment to be concerned of. However, this story takes an entertaining twist. The resilient bull promptly springs back up, almost as if saying, "I meant to do that." Watch this jaw-dropping tale straight from the heart of the wilderness, where an unsuspecting man found himself in a heart-stopping situation with an upset cow moose. Come on! As the man walks out into the open, the atmosphere suddenly changes. Coming up next is a serendipitous encounter with one of the most magnificent creatures in the wild, an elk. As they approached, the sheer presence of this majestic creature took their breath away. Its antlers towered gracefully, its fur glistened in the sunlight. The road became an impromptu stage, and the elk became our unexpected guest of honor. As the elk gracefully steps onto the road, bystanders pause to witness this incredible spectacle. It's a rare sight to see one of these majestic creatures in such close proximity to human populations. The elk, undeterred by the onlookers, makes a beeline for a blue pickup truck, adding an unexpected twist to the encounter. Here is an African adventure where a group of adventurers had a spine-tingling encounter with a majestic rhino. As they approached a safe distance to observe the rhino, the air was filled with excitement and awe. The guides shared insights about these incredible creatures, and our adventurers marveled at the sheer size and strength of the rhino. It was a moment of pure connection with the wild. However, as they decide to leave and give the rhino its space, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. Out of nowhere, the rhino, perhaps feeling threatened or territorial, suddenly charged towards the departing group. It was a heart-stopping moment, and our adventurers had to think on their feet. We've got a laid-back yet fascinating encounter straight from the heart of the wilderness.
Yeah, I think he was telling me to back up.
Yeah, because as soon as you backed up, he started going again.
As they approach, they can't help but marvel at the sheer size and beauty of this bison. It's a reminder of the incredible wildlife that coexists with us, even in unexpected places. Now let's witness the calm elegance of the bison as a car approaches.
Slow down, buddy. Slow down.
Hit him. Hit him.
That bison's angry.
The bison, seemingly unfazed by the passing vehicle, maintains its unhurried stroll along the road. This moment captures a beautiful instance of harmonious coexistence between the wild and the human-made, highlighting the graceful presence of these iconic creatures. Imagine being face to face with a massive bull moose during rutting season. As our hunter quietly maneuvers through the wilderness, he stumbles upon a majestic bull moose unmistakably in the midst of rutting season. Tension fills the air as the moose sizes up the intruder, setting the stage for an unpredictable turn of events that will undoubtedly have you on the edge of your seat. Without warning, the enormous moose, fueled by the intensity of the rut, charges towards the hunter with surprising speed and determination. It's a heart-pounding moment as the hunter grasps the gravity of the situation, realizing that the distance between them is closing rapidly, leaving no room for error. Watch this thrilling encounter in the picturesque mountains of Japan. A group of hikers suddenly comes across an unexpected and potentially risky situation. A face-to-face meeting with a black bear. As the hikers round a bend, their journey takes an unexpected turn as a black bear appears in their way. Knowing the importance of avoiding any potential conflict with this formidable creature, the hikers find themselves in a nerve-wracking standstill, observing the bear, hoping it won't perceive them as a threat. In a display of patience and respect for nature, the hikers remain still, biding their time until the bear decides to move. As they cautiously observe, they witness the black bear gradually making its way up the grassy slope of the mountain. With the coast finally clear, the hikers, now reassured of their safety, continue on their mountain adventure. A Kia came under attack during an open safari when a Cape buffalo thought it was too bright to look at and showed the car its horns. The animal charges right into the back of the car, almost lifting it off the ground. The driver hits the gas pedal and makes it out of there before the animal causes any more damage. The safari-goers parked their cars mere feet away from an old male lion seeking refuge in the shade of the trees to escape the blazing sun. As the curious animal stirs, he decides to investigate the proximity of these individuals and begins to approach them, prompting a mix of awe and nervous excitement among the onlookers. The majestic animal gets so close that there are but inches left between it and the humans. The lion looks at them and observes the people as they try their best to stay silent for the time being. After a while, the male lion has had enough and goes back to where he was, knowing that there is no danger here. Swimming with sharks is already a nerve-wracking adventure, but this diver got the full adrenaline rush when he found himself face to face with the most notorious of the bunch, the bull shark. As if on cue, the shark begins circling him, sizing him up with that intense gaze. Yet undeterred, the diver calmly pushed the shark away, gently but firmly, time and time again, ensuring he maintained control of the heart-pounding encounter. They came back for round 2, and the diver was fully prepared this time. He swims up and dodges the animals as they come up to him one by one. If anyone else were in that place, then they would surely have been bitten. And this is why you should learn from the pros. But the drama wasn't over yet, not by a long shot. Sensing that the sharks weren't finished with their curious inspection, the diver bravely stood his ground, fully aware of the looming danger. Sure enough, the sharks circled back, closing in on him once more. With nerves of steel, the diver used the object he was holding as a shield, blocking the persistent sharks as they nibbled away, determined to maintain his composure in the face of the relentless predators. A magnificent male elk emerges from the bushes, its graceful movements captivating the attention of the onlookers, who quickly stop to film the majestic creature in all its glory. With cautious steps, the elk makes its way across the road, pausing in the middle to survey its surroundings. As the buck leads the way, a group of female elk cautiously follows, stepping carefully as they navigate the road. These animals are keenly aware that these paths are often frequented by metal cars and humans, potential threats they must stay alert to. This kayaker found himself in hot water when a couple of sharks started circling him, thinking he was something edible. The man slams his paddle on the shark and begins a fight that he quickly wins. Luckily, he gets out without any damage to himself or his kayak. A bunch of tourists saw a crocodile swimming in the shallow water in front of them, and the animal saw them as well. It proceeded to walk right out of the water and looked them in the eyes. Luckily for them, the croc just wanted to sunbathe, so it opened its mouth wide and began taking in the good vitamin D. A tigress named Nuri was spotted sleeping right in the middle of a jeep track as these folks approached during their safari. Although she seemed quite tame, everyone knew she was still a wild animal at heart. Suddenly, Nuri caught wind of a leopard's scent nearby, and without hesitation she sprang into action, jumping up and jogging off into the bushes to investigate. Nuri stands there, her powerful form poised as she ponders the mysterious scent wafting through the air. Meanwhile, the people seize the opportunity, snapping pictures they likely wouldn't have had the chance to capture otherwise. With her attention fully focused, the tigress is hot on the trail of the elusive leopard, her determination evident as she tracks the tantalizing scent. These lucky safari goers had the incredible opportunity to capture footage of a leopard descending from a tree after a long day of rest. With seemingly effortless grace, the leopard crawls down the trunk before casually strolling right between the cars. It's a sight to behold, showcasing the bravery of these magnificent creatures. However, it's bittersweet to realize that their comfort around humans stems from frequent interactions, highlighting the complex relationship between wildlife and human presence in their habitats. Nature lovers, get ready for an incredible wildlife experience in the heart of the Alaskan bush during the summer of 2023. We're in for a treat as we observe some unexpected yet remarkably peaceful guests. Black bears casually exploring the area around a lodge. In the heart of the Alaskan wilderness, this lodge owner finds themselves in the midst of an incredible scene. Black bears, native to the area, casually stroll around the property. As the video begins, a black bear appears in front of the lodge, taking a leisurely stroll around the property. It's a calm encounter, with the bears seemingly in search of some food or just exploring their surroundings. The lodge owner, understanding the importance of respecting wildlife, captures this remarkable scene from the safety of their home. In an unexpected turn, the black bears decide to approach the lodge. The large creature curiously sniffs around, its nose almost pressed against the glass, perhaps catching a scent of something intriguing inside. Here's an extraordinary tale from a quaint village where the unexpected becomes reality. Witness the incredible moment when a rhino decides to pay a surprise visit to a village, leaving the residents in awe and perhaps a little on edge. Villagers are going about their daily routines when they spot an unexpected guest, a magnificent rhinoceros casually strolling through the village streets. The villagers, astonished by the sight, can't believe their eyes. It's not every day that you find a majestic rhino wandering through your village. With phones in hand, the villagers follow the rhino, documenting the unbelievable encounter. Suddenly, a wave of panic sweeps through the villagers as they perceive a potential threat. Fearful of the rhino's unpredictable nature, they scramble to a safe distance, their excitement turning into a swift retreat. In the warm waters of Kona, Hawaii, an avid spearfisher embarked on a daring expedition. Little did he know he was about to have a heart-pounding encounter with one of the ocean's most majestic predators. As the spearfisher navigated the depths, he was surrounded by a kaleidoscope of marine life, from colorful tropical fish to graceful manta rays. But his tranquil excursion took an unexpected turn when a shadowy figure emerged from the depths. A majestic tiger shark, known as one of the ocean's apex predators, had caught wind of the commotion and decided to investigate. With its distinctive stripes and formidable presence, the tiger shark commanded respect and awe from the spearfisher. Experience a serene day of kayak fishing on Almond Bayou, enveloped in the breathtaking beauty of nature.
Maybe I should back the up.
So this guy here was peacefully immersed in the tranquility of the bayou, minding his own business and enjoying the serenity, when out of nowhere he heard something unexpected.
Leave me alone. Hey now. Hey, come on now.
You guessed it, an alligator was making its way towards him. Interestingly, this wasn't the first encounter with this particular reptile. Earlier in the day, they had spotted it in a different area of the bayou, adding an element of familiarity to this unexpected wildlife encounter. Let's join a group of tourists exploring the wild beauty of Africa. This group of tourists is on a safari expedition, traversing the breathtaking landscapes of Africa. Just ahead, they spot a sleek and graceful cheetah in their path. They decide to stop and witness the beauty of this incredible creature. As the vehicle comes to a gentle halt, the tourists can hardly contain their amazement. The cheetah, seemingly unfazed by the presence of the safari vehicle, approaches with a curious gaze. To everyone's surprise, the cheetah begins to saunter towards the tourist bus, making direct eye contact with the intrigued visitors. In the heart of the Australian wilderness, adventure often turns to danger in the blink of an eye. One such encounter involved a creature feared by many, the mighty cassowary. This person embarked on a solo trek through the dense rainforests of northern Queensland, Australia. Little did they know they were about to come face to face with one of nature's most dangerous birds. Standing tall with its striking blue and black plumage, the cassowary exuded an aura of power and dominance. With its sharp claws and dagger-like beak, it was a force to be reckoned with. A woman and her dog were on their way home after a stroll when they were suddenly confronted by a violent bobcat that was following closely behind them. The bobcat was charging at them with all its might. The lady does all in her power to protect the dog from the threat posed by the animal, but the cat is not going to be simply defeated. During the conflict that is taking place on her front steps, she is doing everything in her power to protect her dog from the rabid beast. However, it also manages to acquire a few bites on the woman's leg, which is somewhat unfortunate. In the end, she is successful in opening the door and entering the building, and it is only at that point that the bobcat leaves her alone. In the heart of South Africa lies one of the most iconic wildlife sanctuaries on the planet, Kruger National Park. Spanning nearly 2 million hectares of untamed wilderness, this reserve is home to a staggering array of flora and fauna. Among its most revered inhabitants are the majestic African elephants, whose presence shapes the landscape in profound ways. A group of tourists embarked on an adventure in the African wilderness where their journey took an enchanting turn as they stumbled upon an elephant leisurely grazing on the side of the road. They paused to savor the captivating scene, utterly mesmerized by the majestic creature. When the elephant gracefully shifted, they too decided to move forward, eager to explore more of the enchanting surroundings. In the heart of the wilderness, nature's beauty thrives, but it also holds unpredictable encounters. As the quiet afternoon unfolds, a curious bear emerges from the woods, intrigued by the foreign presence of the vehicle.
Inside, huh?
Yeah, we're not gonna go back inside now, guys.
Aware of the potential danger, the occupants of the car remain inside, capturing the bear's movements on camera. Nestled amidst the stunning beauty of the Carpathian Mountains, the Trans-Fagarasan Highway is not only a marvel of engineering, but also a haven for wildlife.
Doesn't bother the other one.
Amidst this natural splendor lives a family of brown bears, including a protective mother bear and her adorable cubs. They often venture out onto the highway in search of food and adventure, like this guy giving out an apple to them. As the man stands next to this menacing deer, it's glaring right at him, and you can totally tell it is not in a good mood. It inches closer and closer as the countdown kicks in. Then, just at the perfect moment, the deer charges straight at the man. But guess what? He dodges it like a pro. Following the arrival of a massive moose, a group of bikers found themselves in a precarious scenario that was beyond their control. Two riders are currently separated by a very large obstruction that is not moving out of the way, but rather is getting closer to one of them by the minute. This obstacle is not going anywhere.
Watch as that moose, weighing more than 1,000 pounds, steps onto the trail.
And then it turned around and it started kind of milling around.
Josiah.
As it turns around, the other guy can be seen attempting to distract the moose, but when the moose catches sight of him calling out, it charges forward at full tilt. The animal barrels ahead at top speed, resulting in a collision that sends both the rider and the moose crashing down, colliding with the snowmobile in the process.
Full speed straight towards Josiah.
I hit the throttle on my snowmobile and it just dies. I look back over my shoulder and I see this moose.
The aftermath reveals the extent of the damage, with the moose leaving a significant mark on the vehicle. Undoubtedly, the collision likely left the moose with a few wounds to tend to as well. Fortunately, the guy emerged from the ordeal unscathed, escaping without any injuries.
That I made it out.
The snowmobile damaged, but both the moose and Josiah were not hurt. Animal experts with a warning.
You know, you come across a bear that you surprise in the park.
Divers in the water are waiting for the whales that they saw a bit earlier, and little did they know they were about to get a heart attack. Sardine suddenly rushes to the surface as two whales with mouths right open catch them and almost swallow a diver whole. That was a hair's breadth of luck and a heck of an experience. A surfer found himself face to face with a sea snake gliding straight towards him in the water. Now, for many of us, that would be a moment of sheer panic, but this guy stayed cool as a cucumber, even when the snake attempted to slither onto his board. Luckily, it didn't, and later it dove down into the deep blue, leaving the guy with a smile.
Mate. Come on, mate.
During a jungle safari, these folks stumbled upon a tiger stealthily prowling among the trees, and as soon as it caught sight of them, it decided to assert its dominance. With a mighty roar, it made it crystal clear who was the king of these lands, sending everyone into a panicked retreat after a brief chase. A guy enjoying a swim had a heart-stopping moment when a massive crocodile swam right up to him, curious about this unexpected visitor in its territory. The animal gave him a little nudge and maybe even a nibble on the leg to get a closer look. Thankfully, someone managed to distract the croc and it swam off, leaving the man shaken but unharmed. These safari adventurers were quietly observing a bull Cape buffalo minding their own business when suddenly the animal seemed to reach its breaking point. Without warning, it charged forward and slammed its head right into the front of their car. The guide begins backing the car up, but now the horns are locked, and they might be here for a while. As they frantically reverse, the animal shows no signs of backing down. Instead, it boldly clambers onto the hood of the car, unleashing its full destructive fury. It's as if it's sending a clear message: never return. The tourists, their faces flushed with fear, watch in horror. Fortunately, the sturdy Toyota can handle the damage, providing some reassurance amidst the chaos.
Coming, Harry.
They're clearly trying to make a getaway, but the bull is adamant about them leaving faster. It relentlessly drives its horns into the car from all angles at the front. Then to top it off, it goes for the tires. That's probably when people started thinking, hey, maybe we should have doors on these safari cars. On a lovely day, the peace at this ski resort was shattered when a wild boar came running in to take down one of the skiers who had no idea that the animal was coming. He falls to the ground and starts using the board as a means of kicking the animal away. Luckily, the animal gave up and no harm came to the skier. This group of travelers had a once-in-a-lifetime experience when they came face to face with a big silverback gorilla that was walking right past them. They had little choice but to remain motionless and let the animal carry out its natural behavior. When it finally went, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. These people came across an elephant on the road, and multiple cars stopped with them to see the animal. The elephant, however, did not like that gesture and charged a car. The animal slipped and almost fell before hitting the white car properly, and these guys took advantage of that by running away. That, my friends, is precisely why you should never venture too far into murky waters.
A massive crocodile. Panicked tourists on the overhanging Boca Pila Bridge watched in terror as the man made a beeline for dry land.
This couple managed to get themselves into a sticky situation when a grizzly bear started sizing them up. The lady calls out to the bear, telling it that they are not food. But the animal still runs closer to them as their curiosity is piqued.
Stay away. We're not any food for you. All right.
The animal circles and stops beside them, probably trying to see a gap it can use to come closer to them. The couple stays vigilant, however, and doesn't give the animal any chance to do that. They politely ask the bear to go away, as if it can really understand what they're saying. Imagine finding yourself surrounded by angry elephants. It's not exactly the best situation to be in. These massive creatures were already feeling pretty peeved about the car invading their space. Sensing the tension, the guide decides to proceed with extreme caution, slowly standing up to assess the situation. Suddenly, one of the elephants starts circling the car, its tusks just inches away, testing the metal with a gentle touch. As if once wasn't enough, the elephant came back to the other corner and repeated the same intimidating move. This time the guide doesn't hold back, letting out a sudden yell directed at the animal. Miraculously, it backs up, perhaps startled by the sudden burst of authority. You can clearly see the person sitting in that corner, their face etched with sheer worry and fear, probably praying for a swift exit from this nerve-wracking encounter. Kangaroos are seen as calm animals, as they are known to get along with humans and stay close to human populations. However, they are not always trustworthy, as we will see today. A lady taking pictures comes under attack as the small guy starts bombarding her with kicks and grapples her. This bear stumbled upon a hiker who heard the bear coming. They stop in the middle of the trail to face the bear head-on because running would actually make things worse. The bear gets closer and closer, and when it realizes that the person is not going to budge, the animal climbs up the hill.
Hey, bear.
This elephant has this truck held hostage as the animal, with super sharp tusks, blocks the way and has a standoff with the driver and his truck. It touches the truck everywhere and judges it to see if it can take the truck or not. The animal pulls and rips off the flowers the trucker had put on to decorate his truck. It's like deja vu as the elephant saunters over to the other side and repeats its floral feast. At this point, it seems more fixated on the smell and allure of the flowers adorning the truck than the vehicle itself. With a nonchalant flick of its trunk, the elephant effortlessly rips the second bouquet off, leaving the driver helpless, resigned to watching his vehicle get transformed into an unintentional floral display. You don't want to miss this hunting expedition, set in the breathtaking landscapes of British Columbia, led by the incredible team at Trophy West. However, as the story unfolds, brace yourself for an unexpected twist. The team from Trophy West, along with Ralph, navigates through the thick woods for hours, their senses heightened and anticipation building for the thrill of the hunt. They keep a vigilant eye out for the majestic black bear known to roam these parts, turning each step through the wilderness into an exhilarating journey.
That's why I just wanted to get clear for a shot.
Suddenly, the bear charges toward the group, its robust figure swiftly closing the gap within seconds. A surge of adrenaline courses through them as they respond promptly, navigating the intense situation with precision. The encounter becomes a close call, leaving the outcome hanging in uncertainty, intensifying the already gripping tale. Let's delve into a serious and potentially risky encounter with a bull moose. We'll be exploring a real-life incident from Clear Creek County, Colorado, back in early August 2021. Our story begins in the tranquil wilderness of Clear Creek County, where an individual has a chance encounter with a bull moose. Little did they know this casual observation would turn into a heart-pounding moment as the moose decides to charge. In an instant, the bull moose decides it's had enough of the observer's presence and charges. The individual, caught off guard, quickly takes cover behind a tree, demonstrating a crucial move that saved them from potential harm. Witness a jaw-dropping incident where a routine news coverage takes an unexpected and perilous turn, plunging this news reporter into a heart-stopping encounter as a lion attempts to attack.
Tigers, do ya? But he's choosing to be outside, and if it gets really cold, he is dead in the back. Right, John?
This intrepid reporter confidently positions herself before the lion enclosure, delivering a comprehensive report on habitat, safety measures, and the daily lives of these majestic big cats. While the atmosphere appears calm, unbeknownst to them, the king of the jungle has other plans.
This is Chow. He's about 14 years old. He doesn't like the cold as much as the tigers, do ya? But he's choosing to be outside, and if it gets
As our reporter delves into the details, the lion, lurking behind the fence, suddenly lets out a thunderous roar. The unexpected sound startles the reporter, and the atmosphere instantly changes from calm to tense. Watch this jaw-dropping encounter in the snowy wilderness of Yellowstone. We have dashcam footage capturing a group of people on a snowmobile crossing paths with an unpredictable force of nature, a mighty bison.
Oh no! Oh my God!
Wow.
In the vast, snowy expanse of Yellowstone, a group of adventure seekers embarks on a snowmobile ride, eager to explore the winter wonderland. The snowmobilers, unaware of the looming presence, pass the bison on its side. But as they do, something triggers the powerful creature and it decides to make a bold move.
Oh, buddy! No! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, baby.
Suddenly, the bison decides to charge, its massive body aimed at the group on the snowmobiles. The snowmobile riders, caught off guard, skillfully maneuver to avoid a potential collision with the charging beast. Dickon Muchina, a teacher and avid photographer, embarked on an adventure with the group of tourists, hoping to capture the beauty of Kenya's wildlife. Little did they know, they were about to come face to face with an enraged giraffe. A massive giraffe with ears pinned back and eyes fixed on the Jeep trying to advance toward them. What started as curiosity quickly escalated into a heart-stopping moment as the giraffe picked up speed. As the giraffe closed in, it strategically positioned itself in front of the Jeep, effectively blocking their path. The tourists were trapped with no choice but to wait for the giraffe to retreat. This lion wasn't drawn to the vehicle by hunger, but by something altogether different: its sense of smell. Intrigued by the scents lingering on the tires of the Toyota, the lion begins to investigate, sniffing intently. Its expression tells a tale of either keen interest or mild disgust as it processes the odorous information. Suddenly, the lion's gaze shifts to the people inside the vehicle, and a ripple of concern spreads among them. Could it be contemplating sniffing them next? Imagine this guy, nestled among underwater weeds, minding his own business when suddenly a stingray gracefully glides right over him. The creature pauses for a moment, seemingly curious, before smoothly continuing on its way. It's at this moment that the man realizes any sudden movement on his part could have led to disaster. Back for another pass, the stingray returns, giving the guy a chance to emphasize just how crucial it is to handle these animals with care. As a trained professional, he knows the drill and remains as calm as can be while the stingray cautiously observes him before gracefully swimming by once more. Zooming down the road at high speed, these folks got an unexpected passenger hitching a ride on their car. A snake. The daring reptile slithers around on the windscreen wipers, seemingly in no rush to depart. Despite the situation, the driver remains unfazed, showing no intention of pulling over just yet. With its firm grip, it seems that this snake isn't going anywhere anytime soon. The snake travels over to the side view mirror and begins climbing over it, and you can clearly see that it now has to struggle a lot while the air tries to hit the poor guy off the car. It stays resilient and keeps crawling over the car.
Very nervous laughing. I want this thing to fall off.
Nepal is home to rhinos that roam the streets like cattle in India. This rhino is making a brave move by doing this, and is being very cautious at the moment as the cars that pass by keep distracting it from properly crossing the road. The video begins with the driver trying his best to navigate a very rocky dirt road in the middle of the forest. Little did he know that this would become the least of his worries after something shocking and terrifying happened. Thankfully, being inside the vehicle saved him from the vicious attack of the predator. What was supposed to be a quick boat ride through a river suddenly becomes a nightmare for these tourists after this happens. Nursing bears are highly protective of their cubs, displaying aggressive behavior towards perceived threats to ensure their offspring's safety. The speed they are currently traveling manages to save them from the attack. Consider the horror of being held by criminals. Now envision the dread if an apex predator robs you instead. Feeding bears can familiarize them with humans, resulting in aggression, property destruction, and risky interactions. However, what recourse is there when a bear snatches your snacks? Videos like these make you think about how some people manage to survive this long, despite being so stupid. Approaching bears can provoke defensive or aggressive reactions, increasing the risk of injury or death, as they may perceive humans as threats. Things would have been a lot worse for her if the bear was just a little bit more aggressive. A crowd can be seen observing a man taking every step he makes as an apex predator follows him. The crowd, eagerly watching what will happen next, eventually gets a horrifying answer, making their excitement turn to fear.
We're glad it's not us the bear is behind.
Let's go.
Sir, go ahead and leave the trail.
The bear suddenly stops chasing him and decides to leave him alone instead. This next encounter features another photographer taking pictures in the wild, getting in a face-to-face encounter with a curious and dominant bear. Bears may stand up when aggressive to appear larger and more intimidating, asserting dominance and warning potential threats to back off. The bear then decides to leave him alone after failing to get a reaction out of the photographer. We've got footage of an unexpected and downright hilarious encounter with an elephant that had us in stitches. Out of nowhere, a playful elephant decides to join the party. Watch as it charges toward the two guys, turning a routine stroll into a side-splitting comedy show. The guys, realizing they've become part of the elephant's amusement, kick it into high gear and the chase is on. Cue the laughter as the guys and the elephant engage in a lighthearted pursuit. It's a scene straight out of a comedy sketch, with the elephant showing off its agility and the guys channeling their inner marathon runners. Here is a special treat for you, the hilarious outtakes from a video shoot where a playful tiger had our fearless reporter jumping out of her skin.
Oh my gosh! You can't do that to me! You can't!
Watch as the reporter delivers her lines, completely immersed in the moment. But just when she least expects it, the tiger pounces, sending her into a fit of startled laughter. It's an uproarious sequence of unexpected reactions that had the entire crew in stitches.
I know you're so calm, but I'm so scared of you.
From startled gasps to contagious laughter, these outtakes capture the unscripted, light-hearted side of reporting in the wild. The tiger's playful antics create a perfect blend of fear and amusement, resulting in a blooper reel we couldn't resist sharing. A cow moose, clearly upset and protective, charges into view. It's a moment of pure chaos, and the man is caught in the crosshairs of an unpredictable wildlife encounter.
I swear that is chasing me down.
The man, realizing the danger, must think fast as the moose charges towards him. It's a heart-stopping moment as he dodges and maneuvers, narrowly escaping the hooves of the furious moose. The unexpected turn of events leaves everyone on edge. We've stumbled upon captivating footage unfolding in the heart of a construction site where an unexpected trio of bears decided to embark on a little exploration. As the bears curiously wandered through the construction site, workers watched in amazement and disbelief. It was a sight to behold as these furry intruders explored the heavy machinery and construction materials, making for an unexpected and humorous spectacle. The real comedy kicked in when the bears spotted a truck at the site. Suddenly, one of the bears decided to take the chase to a whole new level. The poor truck driver found himself sprinting for the top of his vehicle as the bears playfully pursued him. It was a moment of sheer hilarity amidst the construction chaos. We'll take you on a thrilling safari adventure in the heart of Jim Corbett National Park, where we had an incredible close encounter with one of nature's most majestic creatures, the tiger. As they ventured further into the park, the air buzzed with anticipation of catching a glimpse of a tiger. The guides spun tales of the park's resident felines, and their excitement soared. It was just a waiting game before they crossed paths with the true king of the jungle. And then it happened. A rustle in the bushes, a flicker of movement. Suddenly emerging from the dense foliage, they found themselves in the presence of a magnificent tiger. The air stood still as the striped beauty sauntered across our path, seemingly unperturbed by our presence. Imagine the vast expanse of the Serengeti, a haven for wildlife enthusiasts. Their journey took an unexpected turn upon encountering a magnificent herd of elephants. Unbeknownst to them, the eldest male had something to say about their presence. Observing from a respectful distance, the elephants gracefully make their way across the road. It's a mesmerizing sight, with the younger members of the herd leading the way. However, as they soon discover, the eldest male harbors a different plan. In a grand display of authority, the eldest male, adorned with tusks that could rival tree trunks, approaches the road. It becomes evident that he isn't pleased to find them in his way. Here is another heart-pounding story straight from the wild, where two brave men found themselves in an unexpected situation. As our adventurers navigate the waters, they spot a massive crocodile swimming dangerously close to their boat. The tension rises as the massive reptile approaches, its eyes fixated on the unsuspecting duo. What happens next will leave you on the edge of your seat.
Right up here to your right. Oh. Come on. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Suddenly, with a powerful force, the crocodile knocks the side of the boat, sending shockwaves through the vessel. The two men desperately try to maintain their balance as the boat rocks violently. It's a heart-stopping moment as the boat teeters on the edge of disaster. In the chaos that follows, one of our adventurers loses their footing and is sent plunging into the water.